are going to discuss about muscle tissue. What is muscle tissue? This tissue is helpful in movement of body parts. Movement of body parts. Body parts. So there are two things that help us in our body movements. One is skeletal tissue, second one is muscle tissue. We are able to move our body parts because skeletal tissue and muscle tissue are working together. Okay, this muscle tissue can perform contraction and relaxation to move the body parts of the body. You want to move the hand, this hand muscle should contract, this hand muscle should contract if you move like this. Okay, this hand muscle should contract if you move like this. Okay, when this is contracting, this is relaxing. When this is contracting like this part is relaxing. So, in that way, it functions. In this muscle tissue, there are some separate names for this muscle tissue parts. Muscle cells are called as myocytes or sarcocytes. Muscle cytoplasm is called as myoplasm or sarcoplasm. And the mature muscle cells are called as mature muscle cells, are called as myoblasts. Myoblasts. The cell membrane of muscle cells is called as, oh, I'm writing total with red pen, right? No problem. Myolemma or sarcolemma. So, like this, there are names that are uh, specific for the muscle cells. In muscle cells, we can see there are three types of muscle cells. Three types of muscle cells. First one is striated muscle. Second one is non-striated muscle. And third one is cardiac muscle. Let us see them comparatively. Let us see these three types of muscle cells comparatively. So I'll write here striated muscle. Second one is non-striated muscle. And third one is cardiac muscle. These muscles have striations. Striations are present. So, if you draw this muscle, it looks like this. It looks like this. You draw a smooth muscle. Here no striations. Here no striations. So this is a cell like this. This again striations are present. But these striations are small. So when you draw a cardiac muscle, this is a branched muscle. There are some intercalated discs like this. Nucleus. Okay. So what is this shape? This is cylindrical in shape. Cylindrical in shape. This one spindle shaped. Spindle shaped. This again cylindrical in shape. Is it branched? No branches. Is it branched? No branches. Is it branched? Yeah, cardiac muscle it is branched. Okay, you can ask me one question. Here, what is this? If it is not branched, you can see there are some cuts like this. What these cuts are? They are some small cleavages that are seen in between the muscle. They are uh, small cleavages, breaks that are seen in this striated muscle. Okay. Now, where is it present? It is attached to skeleton. Skeleton in the sense bones. So that is why it is called as skeletal muscle. Skeletal muscle. So that means wherever we have bones. Now hand has bones, hand has skeleton. So this muscle is skeletal muscle. Your fingers have some small amount of muscle. We are able to move, then definitely there is muscle. Anything we are able to move, definitely there is muscle. So here, this muscle is attached to bone. Okay. So this type of muscles are skeletal muscles. You take some other muscles, not attached to skeleton, not attached to skeleton. But all the muscles that are not attached to skeleton are not non-striated muscle. So you should write here except heart muscle. You take which are the muscles that are not present attached to uh, both. You take in the iris, eye region, eye ball. You can see in between eyeball there is a small pupil that contracts, relax. Their muscle is present. That muscle is not attached to any bone. Blood vessels, they also their diameter decreases, increases. Here also muscles are present in blood vessels. Are they attached to any skeleton? No. So they are not skeletal muscles. So these non-skeletal muscles are called as smooth muscles. Smooth muscles. Digestive system, heart muscles, digestive system muscles, stomach muscles, lung muscles. All these are the muscles that are related to non-striated muscle. Where this cardiac muscle is present in heart, that's all, no other location. Okay, these are some of the differences. We'll go to some other differences. The differences does not end here. We have some more differences between these three types of muscles. So again I'm writing striated muscle, non-striated muscle, and cardiac muscle. Now, is skeletal muscle voluntary? Yes, it is under our control. Under our control. When we want, we can move. When we want, we can stop. So it is a voluntary muscle. Voluntary muscle. Next, non-striated muscle. Can you ask your digestive system to start digestion or stop digestion? It's not under our control. So, not under our control. So, it is involuntary muscle. This cardiac muscle is also not under our control, but we cannot call it. So, this is also not under our control, but we do not call it involuntary muscle. Why? Because it has some differences from involuntary muscles. Like this is not branched, cardiac muscle is branched. Involuntary muscles do not have striations, but cardiac muscle is having striations. So this muscle is under separate section because it have some properties of striated muscle, some properties of non-striated muscle. Some properties are unique for itself. Okay. For example, you take striated muscle is very fast in action. Fast in action. So you can contract and relax very fastly. But in case of non-striated muscle, it is very slow in action. So it takes time for that contraction, relaxation. It's not fast like this. Okay, cardiac muscle is rhythmic. At one pace, it reacts. So there is a difference. You take number of nucleus. Number of nucleus. Striated muscle is multinucleated. Multinucleated. This is having single nucleus. This is also having single nucleus. So again, one similarity. You take intercalated disc. In this striated muscle, no intercalated disc. In case of non-striated muscle, no intercalated disc. But in case of this cardiac muscle, when we drew the cardiac muscle, I drew some of this intercalated disc like this. These are the intercalated discs that are connecting this cell with this cell, this cell with this cell, this cell with this cell, this cell with this cell. So like this, there are intercalated discs present only in cardiac cell, right? So these are the differences between the three types of muscles. Now, let us see the structure of a striated muscle. Structurally, only striated muscle is elaborated. Still, there is research over the structure of other types of muscles. So, we'll discuss first only in this chapter, we are discussing only striated muscle structure. Striated muscle, if you take a striated muscle, it has a bundle of fibers. So all the fibers are like this and it forms a bundle. Okay. When you see from side, you can see there are so many fibers. These are all fibers. Each one is one fiber. So they all will form one bundle. Around this bundle, sarcolemma is present. Like this. In this all, each one is one fiber. So many fibers are present here. Okay, this is one bundle. Here sarcolemma is present. Like this, some bundles of fibers will form the muscles. Okay. Now, if you take each of this muscle fiber, in this muscle fiber, it is a bundle of Myo, 1 minute. Myofibrils. Myofibrils. If you take each myofibril, so these all are myofibrils that come together to form one bundle. Okay, this total bundle is one muscle fiber. In the same way, if you take one muscle fibril, there are so many myofilaments in this. So this bundle of myofilaments will form one myofibril. Each one is a myofilament. So if you sum up, what does it mean? There are some myofilaments. Myofilaments. Name of those myofilaments is actin and myosin. I'll draw and I'll show you these two also. A bundle of myofilaments will make myofibrils. A bundle of myofibrils will make muscle fibers. A bundle of muscle fibers will make muscle. Which muscle? Striated muscle. Okay. So the smallest unit of this muscle tissue is sarcolemma. Smallest unit of muscle is, sarcomere. What is the sarcomere? Why is it called smallest unit? Similar to how our body is organized, small cells will form the tissue. So the smallest unit of our body is cells only. We say the smallest unit of our body is cells. Same like that, smallest unit of any brain. If you take brain, what is the smallest unit? Neuron. It is made up of nerve cells. Like that. In the muscle tissue, the smallest unit is sarcomere. You observe the structure of sarcomere. It is like this. These filaments are called as actin filaments. Actin filaments are interconnected by other tiny filaments called titans. Titan filaments. Sorry, titin filaments. In between these actin filaments, you can see somewhat thicker filament called myosin filaments. This is myosin filaments. Okay, this actin is not continuous, but some gaps are there. So whenever this actin will come close, this myosin filament will contract. So that is the result of, as a result, our muscle will contract. There is a space, these two will come together, these two will come together, these two will come together, these two will come together. This one will contract, this one will contract, this one will contract. As a result, muscle will be shrink and it leads to contraction. So this is not ending here. Next, what do you say, sarcomere begins. So this will be next sarcomere. Here, and next myofibrils filament will be there. Here, this is actin filaments, myosin filaments. Again, it continues like that. This side also it continues. This is again actin filament, actin filament, actin filament. In between, myosin will be. So like this, so many sarcomeres will continue, and it forms a muscle fibril, right? So this is sarcomere. These are myosin filaments. Okay, so this is a structure of a striated muscle. So with this, we have completed the muscle discussion. Next, we'll go to last tissue, that is nervous tissue. It means if time is there. So we have 10 minutes. Next one is nervous tissue. Nervous tissue, our nervous system has four types of tissue. One is neurons, which conduct nerve impulse. They conduct nerve impulse. Second one is neuroglial cells. Neuroglial cells. Cells are those cells which support neurons and they provide nutrients. This neuroglial cells are those cells which support neurons and provide nutrients to these neurons. Ependymal cells are the epithelial cells of brain and spinal cord. Neurosecretory cells are the cells that secrete neurotransmitters. These are the cells that are present in nervous system. But when we are talking about nervous tissue, it is only the combination of nerve cells or neurons. So the structure, types of neurons will be discussed in our next class. Okay.